tired of watching from the sidelines as others enjoy the thrill of RC crawling? It's time to put an end to that longing. Join me as I reveal the ultimate solution where every budget becomes a gateway to off-road adventures. What's up, guys? I'm the RC Princess, aka Shannon, and today we're talking about RC crawlers for every budget. First, I want to share some exciting news with you guys. My mom and dad have started their own drone business. I'm actually wearing the shirt, 24 Drones Aerial Photography. If you guys are local or know anybody who needs some drone pictures or video, whatever they need, reach out to 24 Drones on Instagram. I'll link it down in the description box for you guys. There's a lot of reason for aerial photography if you are trying to sell your home and you need some footage from up above so that way it can showcase like everything on your property, or if you sell homes and need some aerial footage for that. There's lots of different reasons. So if you guys are interested or know somebody interested locally here in like central Iowa, then reach out to 24 Drones on Instagram. So moving on, let's zero in on identifying the top crawlers for each budget range. As the RC hobby grows, so does the options for rigs and parts. So there's really a little something for everyone out there. Let's start by exploring the $100 to $200 price range. Now, disclaimer, I am only showing rigs that I have and love today. There are other options out there, obviously, than what I mentioned today, but I cannot tell you, hey, this is an amazing crawler and so worth your money if I don't actually own it myself. So that's where you come in. If you have an amazing crawler in one of these price ranges that you're like, I just have to tell people about, then go ahead and drop a comment below and your insight will help as well. So for the first price range, I'm going to say the Axial SCX24 lineup is a great choice. You have the JLU Jeep, the Deadbolt, the Bronco, the Gladiator, and lastly, the Betty, if you can get your hands on one. They were limited edition. I think only like 9,999 were made, but I see them for resale on like Facebook Marketplace and whatnot, so you can probably get your hands on one fairly easily. The SCX24s are great for beginners and learning how to like handle a crawler, and they're also great for kids because they are small and they're not going to hurt anybody like some of the bashers are. So they're just a great starter car. They're also great for indoors, like if you have a really rainy day and you want to, run a crawler, then you can do that with these. Some 10th scales, not so much. Also, upgrades for these little ones are usually super easy to find and really affordable. Typically, people notice that the motors and the steering servos need upgraded once you start getting a little more advanced. There are a lot of upgrades for these small scale crawlers, so with being budget friendly, you really have the wiggle room to mess around, modify, and play with different upgrades and things. Lastly, there are a few 24 scales that I cannot show you, but they are part of the 24 scale lineup. There is the SCX24 C10 and the AX24. I can't speak on them directly, but I have heard really good things about them. Within that same budget, the Traxxas TRX4Ms are also brilliant choices. They are a bit bigger, they are 18th scale. These were all the rage when they first came out, and honestly, they are still my favorite 18th scale. They have an amazing turning radius right out of the box, and the upgrades are pretty endless for these. I have done videos on unboxing both of these and also upgrades that I recommend, so I will be sure to link those videos down in the description box below for you guys. I don't feel like Traxxas is ever a question. They produce some really, really nice RCs and they do it well. In my personal opinion, no matter how you feel about Traxxas, you can't go wrong with them. They're just really durable and quality products. Moving on to the next price point of $200 to $400. And if you guys have been around here for a while, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to say. That's right, everyone. A Traxxas TRX4 Sport is my top choice for this budget range. And if you just groaned and said, oh boy, here she goes again, yes, I am, because I firmly believe this is one of the best rigs for 10th scale on the market. Believe me, guys, I have not always thought that until my 8-year-old son received his first TRX4 Sport, and I've seen what that thing has gone through. And I keep saying it, not a single thing has been replaced on it due to breaking or anything. I don't even really think we've put upgrades on it yet because he's not quite there. Mommy always gets first choice in upgrades. I have witnessed his TRX4 Sport be rolled down a ravine, bounced off rocks, hit a lot of things, including ankles. My point being, if you guys are looking for a 10th scale rig that doesn't break the bank, then a Traxxas TRX4 Sport is the way to go. The price point for a TRX4 Sport is around $370, and then again, you still have wiggle room for any upgrades that you want to throw on it. Let me tell you guys, the possibilities for upgrades are just immensely endless. You can pretty much walk into any hobby shop and leave with what you're looking for that day, and I can't say that about all RC brands. While the TRX4 Sports are amazing stock, one might find that they want to do a little upgrading, like throw in a Hobby Wing Fusion Pro or SE or add some weight. Depending on which truck you get, you might have the Expedition rack, which I love, but it does make it a bit top heavy. I saw this firsthand when I did the video, the TRX4/6 shootout. That's a tongue twister. My son's Sport without the Expedition rack actually outperformed mine on quite a few obstacles, which I was surprised at. I didn't think this added much, but what do I know? So adding weight down low, like brass diff covers or brass portal covers or anything like that, can really help counterbalance the top heaviness. I have done quite a few videos featuring the TRX4 Sport, so I will go ahead and leave those in the description box as well. And I also have a playlist for TRX4/6s. I do want to take a minute to note that a lot of times kits are cheaper than RTRs. Now, let me clarify, while that statement is true, a lot of times the kits do not come with electronics, sometimes they don't come with bodies, and sometimes they don't even come with tires and wheels. So then it would ultimately be up to you to decide how fancy you want to get with it, and depending on that, then yes, kits are way more expensive than RTRs. I firmly believe that as long as you have some understanding of how an RC crawler works and can read instructions, anybody can build an RC car. A lot of times it scares people, and honestly, you guys, I've been there. I built this one. This was my first build, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, can I do this? And the answer is yes, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. People typically choose to build from a kit versus an RTR because you can fully customize everything you put into it versus this one where if you wanted to throw something in it, you have to rip it out first and then you have a bunch of electronics laying around that honestly they do come in handy sometimes. Like if something goes out on you and you can't get to the hobby shop right away, it's really nice to have spare parts laying around. But I got to fully make the decisions of what all went into this, and that was the really nice thing about it. So if you are interested, I am here to tell you that you can do it. Moving on to the next budget, it is $400 to $600, and for this I highly recommend the Axial SCX103 Jeep Gladiator. This is a great overall crawler for anybody. It does have the dig function installed, which may sound a little scary for beginners, but it's really easy to use. With just the switch of a button, your back wheels are locked, allowing you to make tighter turns and getting out of sticky situations really easy. The SCX103 Gladiator has also been featured on my channel so many times. So again, just go onto my channel and search or look for my playlist. I have done a lot of videos on it because it is a really amazing crawler that everybody needs to know about. Another great truck for that price point is the TRX4 21 Bronco. Yes, you guys, another TRX4. I was drawn to the 21 Bronco because the body is absolutely stunning. You can't really go wrong with any of the TRX4s, but the 21 Bronco is definitely my favorite. This Bronco has obviously had some work done to it, lots of brass upgrades, and a lift kit has been thrown on it. The lift kit honestly didn't make it that much less capable, so that was a plus to me. I was really worried about that. I thought I was going to throw the lift kit on and it was just going to roll every 2 seconds. Yes, I am aware that it is a trail truck. See past videos if you have questions about why I choose trail trucks to go rock crawling with. But anyway, the lift kit is worth the money to me if you want a beefier looking truck. The next budget is $600 to $900, and I guess I have to hold this one because I can't get them both in frame. But I have two rigs that I think are amazing for this price point. We have the TRX6 hauler and the TRX6 Mercedes, and both of these trucks have been featured on my channel in the TRX4/6 shootout. Okay, I couldn't hold the Mercedes anymore, you guys. I have not been eating my Wheaties. Man, that thing is heavy. Now, this comes down pretty much to personal preference. For me personally, I like the looks of the hauler better than the Mercedes, and also the hauler kind of serves a purpose. It can haul things for you, letting your imagination run wild. Both are great rigs though, and I highly recommend them both. So if I had to pick one, it would definitely be the hauler, but like I said, both are great capable rigs. The hauler is about $700 and the Mercedes is around $650. And lastly, for the budget of $900 and above, there's only really two choices in my opinion. The Axial SCX6s. There is the SCX6 Jeep, which I cannot fit into frame and I am absolutely not going to hold that one. See past videos. And then there is also the SCX6 Honcho. They both weigh around 25 pounds, which is why I'm not going to try to hold the 6-scale Jeep for you guys to see. They are also both great capable crawlers depending on who you ask. In my opinion, I haven't had a problem with either. The Jeep is a bit more top heavy than the Honcho, but looks wise, I like the Jeep more. I'm a Jeep girl, you guys. I can't help it. If you guys are going for scale appearance, I would say go for the Jeep. If you're going for performance, I would say go with the Honcho. And both of them have also been featured many, many times on my channel, so you can find what you're looking for either in a playlist or just go ahead and search for SCX6 and then they'll all pop up for you. Let me know down in the comments what your guys' pick is for each price point. There are others I could have thrown in, but I was trying to pick the very best of my fleet for each budget. Let me know also if you guys have any questions about any of the rigs that were talked about today. Just drop a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!